Okay, so for this tutorial video, I'm going to demonstrate how to use a user keynote. First, what you can do is you go to the annotation tab, and then there's the keynote with the little wrench above it. And what we're looking at is user keynotes. Now, these keynotes are ones that you create, and as you can see, once you've created them, then they will have a numbering system when you use the keynote legend. So first, to understand, with using keynotes, you have to have a text file. And for example, a text file will look something like this. It's the Revit keynotes text file, and it allows you to set it up however you would like with separating your keynotes. Usually what I've been taught to do is you just make a numbering system depending on the type of keynote. So for example, here's the demolition keynotes, which basically tell you things that are to be removed, and then there's the construction keynotes. Okay, so you'll use this, it's a text file on a notepad, and this is where you type your information. So, for example, and once you have this keynote file, you will click the keynote settings, and you'll click browse, and then you will find your keynote, for example, Revit keynotes, project 1, 2, 3. And you open it, and now it will have all those keynotes on it. So let's do an example. So say if I want to have, instead of having this grid system here, I want to have a painted ceiling instead of having it stay here. So what I can do, so I will go into the construction drawings, and give me one sec. So I will type in a new number. So the one above it, you can't really see it right here, but it's 55. I'll type in 56, tab, and then I will put painted, or I'll put new painted ceiling I'll put a dot and then see ceiling detail, and I could say on, I don't know, on A105 as a sheet number. See ceiling detail on A105, period. So now what I do is I save the document. So just do a save, and then you have to open it up again over here. You'll click Keynote Settings, and you're going to have to reload it because you've made changes to the document. Click OK. And then now what you do is you click User Keynote and say I want to make this wall, or the ceiling, excuse me, and I want to make it into a painted ceiling. Now all I have to do, once I clicked it, as you can see I did a click, and it made the keynote in the place I want it to. This window should pop up, and then you will click on the one you want. Now, for example, I have to click the plus sign to pull up all the construction documents, because that's how I set up the text file right here, is I had a title and a description here, and then the numbering system happens. So construction was the keynote value, the keynote text, This is that category, and then I scroll down to that number, which was 55. Oh, excuse me. Where? Oh, there it is. New painted ceiling. Now, the reason why that happened is because I forgot to put construction after this. So you put tab and you write construction on it. Okay. Oh, hold on. All right, and now do a file save. And then I'll just cancel this real quick. Go to annotate, keynote settings, reload. Then I click user keynote. Then I click the plus, and it should be here. I don't know why it keeps popping up here. But anyways, here's the keynote value. I click OK. And then it will take on the number 18, which will appear over here in my keynote legend right here. Painted ceiling. And you can choose to either set it up by sheet so that each keynote, if you use it again, will have a numbering system according to the sheet. Because if you go by keynote, if I have, new light switch and I have multiple plans, then the number that I give the first keynote for new light switch, say I put 1, then every other sheet, if I put in this same keynote, then it will automatically give it the number 1 instead of having 5 depending on what other keynotes I put in, like this one. So that is how that works. And if you ever have a question on the keynote, you can click on it, click properties, and it tells you what the value is, which was 56. That's what I put it as. And this is how you can edit it as well. So that's how you do keynotes. Alright, thanks for watching.